welcome back to DXB Today. Hope you're enjoying the show thus far. Designs on you and your space. Perfect, because you're probably sat at home at the moment, maybe sat on the sofa, having a little look around you. How can you do more with that space, Well, we're focusing on the inside moving to the outside and the outside moving to the inside. Does that make sense? Well, thankfully, our next guest is, well, a mathematician turned interior designer, the founder and the CEO of the Designers Studio. Please welcome Anam Clarke. Anam, great to see you as always. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you on board. Hope all is well at the Designers Studio at the moment.
Yes,
busy?
very well. Busy, always busy.
I suppose it would, because well, I suppose people should have been planning in advance, one would think. But is it that sort of that thing that you come to this time of year and people go, oh, barbecue maybe this weekend?
Oh, absolutely.
No, the garden's absolutely shot in. The balcony needs a refurb as well. Do people need to plan in advance?
Absolutely. I mean, refurbs for gardens take just as long as refurb for interiors, honestly, especially when you start adding dimensions such as pools and built-in barbecues and outdoor kitchen spaces. Because let's be realistic, guys. We kind of live half our life outdoors as well as indoors because we have such beautiful weather here in Dubai, the UAE. So absolutely, people do need to pre-plan when they are trying to, jazz up their outdoor spaces.
And the point that I was making a little bit earlier on as well is that, not everyone is blessed with a garden. If you're lucky enough you have a garden, you invest in that space as well. But just about everyone has a balcony as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can dress up a balcony as well. At the end of the day, any outdoor space is your safe haven space. Yeah. And when you have your outdoor space, I mean, I specialize in alfresco living, so I love to bring the outside inside. So that can happen with a balcony, that can happen with a garden. You can turf it out and make it look like an outdoor garden. I've seen incredible balcony designs, especially when you actually team it up with proper landscaping. And landscaping doesn't have to be in the ground. I'm talking about pots, decorative ornamentations on, walls. You can do so much with balconies as well as gardens.
Is there anything that you would advise people to do that they can achieve a certain aesthetic that's quite simple and easy? Maybe some people, don't want to do the whole landscaping thing. What are your go-to items that are pretty easy to make that alfresco living possible?
Oh, great question. Okay, well, first things first, barbecues. You need a good barbecue. You're going to host, you need a good barbecue. You're going to have your friends gather. And then obviously you want a seating space where you can entertain and you can speak. So I think seating and dining, you can pick between either. And obviously you have a lot of sun, so considering pergolas. There's lots of temporary structures here that you can buy off the market. Alternatively, you can build it into your house if you're a homeowner. I mean, and then I am a sucker for inflatable pool. If you're trying to put something up really quickly, you can definitely do that. Obviously, digging into the ground is a lot of money and a lot of time. But for me, when you marry water, barbecue, friends, and that sense of that social aspect of things, I think that is alfresco living.
Perfect, love that.
Yeah.
I know that you are the founder of Designers Studio. I think this is such an incredible model, something similar to which the Inchbold School of Design, I think we're both alum of, changed my life and is the reason I'm now in landscape as opposed to contemporary art. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about how you started this, why you started it, and how having it here in Dubai maybe changes the format a little bit to the way it would exist elsewhere in the world.
Well, with the Designers Studio, which is our training facility, we do actually train in garden design, which is such an important part of how we live here. But if you're talking about Inchbold's in the UK. The way we live in the UK is completely different. I mean, weather kind of dictates how we use our outdoor spaces. And so here you have such beautiful weather, maybe 80% of the year, you're able to do a lot more. Plus I'm talking about planting as well. Your trees and the foliage and what you'd actually pick for the spaces is going to be completely different to what you'd pick in the UK. But, having that understanding of how interior meets exterior, I think that is a really beautiful marriage. And I think understanding that relationship can really help excel your spaces.
Anam, I want to quickly go back to what you said earlier on about bringing the outdoor space indoor or maybe into the balcony, because I moved in from a villa to an apartment earlier this year. And what I did was everything from the backyard, I brought it with me.
Yeah, we all do that, don't worry.
And a lot of them died, to be honest, and I didn't know how to place them either. So I kind of just dumped everything, and now it's just crowded. So are there any tips that you have to make a nice balcony that's not too crowded, it still looks lush, and still inviting and homey?
You know, the most important thing with any kind of design, I'm talking interior and exterior, is zoning. So if you zone out spaces within your balcony, sort of map out, I normally do it like a circle. So if you map out spaces within your balcony and then allocate those spaces for certain uses, that's the best way of designing any kind of space, including balconies. So this will be for your seating, that area might be for your food, that area is going to be for decorative features. And then I always suggest looking at how, I mean, I'm a lover of all plants, but unfortunately I do kill a lot of plants. But
Like her.
yeah, I know. I was like, I love
There's
too
a common
much.
theme.
So just understanding which plants need more shade, which plants need more sun, and then placing them strategically around your balcony, depending on what direction you are facing as well. And then don't overwater. And then last thing is just make sure your planter is big enough for the plants, because if you're taking something from the garden, it needs to be rooted into a bigger pot.
That is very helpful. Why did I meet you earlier this year?
You met me now.
Thank you so much, Anam. Of course, a lot of insight coming from Anam. Thank you so much for joining us on DXB today. And if they want to contact you, how can they reach you, Anam?
Well, you can look at our Instagram at the Designers Studio UAE, or you can have a look at www.designerseducation.com.